Hey guys, welcome. I want to quickly talk about 4 things you can do if your romantic relationship makes you feel less of a person. 4 things you can do if your romantic relationship makes you feel less of a person. Now, the first thing you can do is to acknowledge. Because most often when things like that happen, we are denying. You cannot deal with the situation if you are living in denial. And so you've come to terms with the situation. You've got to accept that this situation is not for me. This situation is not a good one. You've got to come to terms with it, because when you are in the situation where you're denying, you don't want to accept that this is happening to you, you will not be able to help yourself. And so the first thing to do, like I said, is to acknowledge. And acknowledgement comes with also trying to look at the causes. What caused it? Am I to blame? Is there a part I played? What about the part the other person played? Coming to terms with it. So the first step is acknowledgement. Yes. Now the second step is communication. Because sometimes people hurt us and they are not aware they are doing that. And so you've got to come to terms with it, like I earlier said, and sit the person down. Have that hard conversation. I know it's a hard conversation, but come to think of it, if you don't talk about it, how are you able to resolve your issues? So the second thing is communicate. And when you are communicating, be careful of your tone, because you don't want to come across as accusatory. Because communication is a very delicate thing. And so you don't want a situation where what you are saying is misconstrued. And for me, I'll say, okay, you should use the sandwich method of communication, which is, oh, I love the way you do this, but I would have wanted it this way, or can we do it this way? And also avoid the you language a lot, because the person will be like, you are accusing me. And so you are going to be saying, okay, I feel less of a person when you do this. I feel less of a person when you say this to me. And so that is the communication part. You really have to be careful about the communication part, so that what you're saying will not be misconstrued. It will not mean something else to your romantic partner. Okay, so the third thing is nurture. Yes, nurture yourself. Nurture your soul, nurture your spirit, nurture your body. And for me, I would say, okay, the first thing is spiritual nurturing, which means take your prayers serious, take your Bible reading serious, grow your relationship with your maker. That because you need that strength, that spiritual strength, to be able to deal with the situation. And secondly, nurture your soul, which means guard your mind, guide your emotions, guard your will, because the mind, emotions, and will all make up the soul. They are parts of our soul. And so guard what you expose your soul to, the news you take in, the music you listen to. Guard, protect your mind, basically, to ensure that your mind is always well nurtured to help you deal with the situation at hand. Part of nurturing the mind is affirming, I can do this, I am beautiful, I'm created fearfully and wonderfully, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. All these will help you deal with the situation, because then you are building your core, you are building your strength. And so that is for soul nurturing. And then body nurturing: eat healthy, drink a lot of water, walk around your neighborhood, make friends, go out with friends, have fun. Just read a lot too. It helps. Read books, listen to music. Just nurture yourself, make friends, open up to people who can help you, not people who will criticize you, right? Okay. And so that is for body nurturing. And the last point is detach. That is the fourth one. So the fourth one is detach. The detached one is, you cannot solve a problem when you are too close to it, and so you've got to find a way to detach. And if you are not married to the person, find a way to detach by separation for a while and see if there will be changes. But if there are not changes, you are not married. A broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. But if you are married, there are other steps to take, because you can't just wake up and say you're leaving or something like that. There has to be a process for you to do that. But if it's a relationship, you can detach for a while and see how things go, because let me tell you, you have the responsibility to protect yourself. A romantic relationship should not be at the detriment of your mental health. It should not be at the detriment of your emotional health. It should not be at the detriment of your happiness. And you should not be miserable in a romantic relationship. And you should not feel less of a person in a romantic relationship. And so if you are in a relationship with somebody who talks you down, who makes you feel less of a person, who makes you feel miserable, do these 4 things and let me know how things go. If you've watched up to this point, I'll say thank you for watching. Please don't leave this channel without subscribing, because we've got more of such information coming your way. By the grace of the Almighty, we have experience in such matters and we can help you out. You can find more information in the description below. But before you leave, like I said, hit the subscribe button. It takes less than a minute to do so, to be notified of our subsequent live streams and even videos.